It is 11:45 p.m. on a random Tuesday. The house is finally quiet. You are lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, and the sterile blue light of your banking app is glowing on your face. You just hit refresh. You make $150,000 a year. By all statistical measures from the year 1995, you are wealthy. You are living the American dream. But right now, your chest is tight, and you are doing chaotic mental gymnastics trying to figure out if paying for your kid's summer camp means you have to delay getting that weird rattling noise in your car checked out. You close the app, and that heavy, familiar pit in your stomach returns. The math isn't mathing. You make more money now than your parents ever did at your age combined. Yet, you feel like you are one unexpected medical bill away from absolute financial ruin. Society tells you that if you make six figures and still feel completely broke, you are just bad with money. You are a victim of lifestyle creep. But you aren't. Today, we are going to do a psychological and economic autopsy on Generation X. We will expose the brutal math of the sandwich generation, reveal why your brain is actively hoarding cash, and show you why your obsessive need for financial safety is the exact thing keeping you broke. To understand why your six-figure salary feels like minimum wage, let's compare two 4, 5-year-olds. Your boomer father in 1983 and you today. In 1983, your dad walked into a bank to deposit his paycheck. He made roughly $40,000 a year. But with that $40,000, his mortgage consumed only 20% of his take-home pay. He had a defined benefit pension, a savings account that actually paid real interest, and his kids' college tuition could be paid for with a summer job. The math of the 1980s perfectly funded his adulthood. Now look at you. You make $150,000. On paper, you crushed him. But let's run the brutal math of what economists call empathy allocation. You are the ultimate sandwich generation. After taxes, your $150,000 becomes roughly $105,000. Your mortgage or rent consumes $40,000 of that. But then, the generational squeeze begins. You are allocating massive amounts of emotional and financial resources to your aging boomer parents, who are facing astronomical healthcare and assisted living costs. At the exact same time, you are funding the lives of your Gen Z kids, who are growing up in an economy where a starter home costs $500,000. Your $150,000 is actually three $50,000 salaries masquerading as one. You are experiencing all the stress of wealth management with none of the actual wealth. You are a highly paid manager of a logistical nightmare. Because your money is a pipeline to everyone else's survival, you do what Gen X is famous for. You hoard cash. You have $50,000 sitting in a traditional savings account at a mega bank. You refuse to invest it in the stock market because you want to see it, access it, and know it is safe. But let's look at the time-lapse math of your safe cash. Your bank is paying you the national average of 0.38% APY on your $50,000. They pay you a pathetic $190 a year. But the moment you deposited that money, the bank took your $50,000 and bought short-term U.S. Treasury bills yielding 4%, or they lent it out as auto loans at 7%. The bank is making roughly $2,000 to $3,500 a year using your money. They hand you $190, and you thank them for keeping it safe. But the real trap is inflation. Over the last 5 years, cumulative inflation has hovered around 22%. Your $50,000 has silently lost over $10,000 in purchasing power while sitting in that account. This is the survival creep trap. You aren't buying Rolexes. You are paying a premium for organic food because you have health anxiety. You are hoarding cash because it feels like a physical barrier between your family and homelessness. You are paying for security. But the system is melting your security by the second. Why do you do this? Why do you manage money like a doomsday prepper in a business casual outfit? We have to look at your brain. You grew up as a latchkey kid in the 1980s. You came home to an empty house, made your own microwave pizza, and figured things out alone. Your nervous system was programmed early for hyper-independence. You learned that you are on your own, and nobody is coming to save you. Then, just as you were hitting your prime wealth-building years, buying a home, and establishing your career, the 2008 financial crash hit. You watched the adults around you lose their homes, their pensions, and their minds. Your amygdala, the threat detection center of your brain, took a high-definition snapshot of that economic chaos and coded it as the baseline reality of the world. Psychologists call your financial behavior defensive pessimism. You assume everything will collapse, so you prepare obsessively. You trust paper records over digital apps. You trust cash over index funds. You are running an outdated survival code from 2008 applied to your modern six-figure life. You survived the trauma of the 2000s, but that trauma is now actively preventing you from compounding your wealth in the 2020s. You don't have a money management problem. You have a nervous system adaptation problem. You are the human shock absorber for multiple generations. But you have to stop letting your 2008 trauma dictate your 2026 financial strategy. So, how do you escape the survival creep trap? First, you have to separate your safety from your checking account. Keeping $50,000 in a traditional bank is not a safety net. It is a depreciating asset. If you absolutely cannot stomach the stock market, you must move your idle cash into a high-yield vehicle that bypasses the middleman. Buy short-term treasury ETFs like SGov. You lend directly to the government. You earn the full 4% yield, and it is exempt from state and local taxes. You keep your liquidity, but you stop bleeding to inflation. Second, you have to establish financial boundaries. You cannot be the designated lifeboat for your entire family tree if it means you will drown in retirement. You are not failing. In an economy explicitly designed to extract your capital from both directions, simply keeping your family afloat is a massive victory. But it is time to let your money work as hard as you do. Are you caught in the sandwich generation squeeze, paying for older parents and younger kids at the same time? Let me know your survival strategy in the comments below. And if this video helped you understand your own financial anxiety, hit that like button and subscribe. We decode the hidden numbers behind the financial decisions you make every day.